I seem to be rather unaware of what's going on. Oh! It was just incredible TV, that, really.
Could we just have a couple of seconds of your time?
What the devil? Fake surprise. Anton Deck on Red Nose Day.
You got any tips?
No.
Right, thanks. I'll have your chair.
And they took the chair.
They're gone.
This was one regret, really, because when Deck said any tips, you could almost hear my brain moving. I was going to say, yeah, just try and relax and look at the camera and just be a bit more natural. But of course I didn't say that. I just said no. Pathetic.
I'm on my bike.
I can't resist a bike.
Here from the hairdressers. What's her name? Electric in Ship Street in Brighton.
Quite hard pedalling across that parade ring when Tony Carroll loomed up. There he is.
Probably go quite a lot faster than a lot of your horses, Tony. Good morning, how are you?
Probably does, yeah.
What?
It probably does go quicker than some
I act on any ground. Whoa!
That's a cheeky comment to say, because in fact Tony Carroll his ambition is to get 100 winners in a season. I think he might do it this year, and certainly my bike, I wouldn't ride 100 winners on that.
We're not hurting horses at all. Like, there's no.
What's he on about?
My hand out and you hit me across my hand, I wouldn't even blink an eye. And you know, if anybody wants to hit my hand,
Yeah.
with my whip, I'll put my hand out for him.
I was hit reasonably hard on the sort of my backside by someone the other day coming out of the weighing room, and I hardly felt it. So,
I know, yeah.
And I'm
like
a wimp.
Your bum is probably numb now from all this kinky sex you have. You're in a bit of bondage, aren't you, Robert?
Who told you about that, Eddie? I think we're gonna stop now, because I would still like to be working tomorrow.
You'd be working on a porn movie if you keep going, huh?
Eddie, it's good to talk to you.
It's always a pleasure, Robert.
And I hope the day goes well.
Oh, I hope so. All right then.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you. I rather regret it, actually. It's not true. I haven't got a solicitor, but I might need one pretty soon. I'll have a break and I'm going to go through Yellow Pages.
No, it's not true. But I remember that now. It all comes back. We were there in the booth of doom with that get on or get in or get away or whatever it was called. Again, I think the unexpected on a phone, even someone one knows, Eddie Ahern, had given me a bit of a crack across my backside when I'd last seen him, and he rather took it to the next level. But my solicitor was never needed. No, I'm not really into sort of spanking.
He's just coming over here, but
Yeah, I remember that.
coming over.
You're talking absolute rubbish.
I creep up in the background here.
In what way?
You were an underachiever in life. I saved your...
This was one of the
You were gone.
highlights of my
If that match...
reporting career at Folkestone.
Sparking it off all morning. This
Just explain what.
I'm going to creep into the background quite soon.
casting reflections on me.
I just heard this terrific noise going on,
You know nothing about...
and I was looking for Barney Curley because I wanted to interview him.
Shouldn't be here.
The stewards look into it, Barney.
Of course the stewards have looked into it.
Shouldn't they look in the betting
Of
patterns
course,
to see what
Here I come.
have looked into it.
Here I
Of
come.
course they should. They're already looking into
We
it.
agree. We
Right.
agree. It wasn't the soft ground which...
Look at that, just in the background there, getting closer and closer.
Very fair
Well, that's
point.
why you don't know anything about racing, John.
I don't say I do.
Right?
I'm saying that...
What if you contribute to racing? You're one of these take-out merchants. Take out all you can.
yes.
I have contributed for 25 years here.
Poor old McCririck. Look at Luke, hairy Luke.
Have an inquiry, and they had an inquiry.
And at Portman Square, look at the betting patterns.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
He has a go at Luke as well.
I agree, Barney. You've
No,
done
we
nothing
don't
wrong.
agree. No,
You've done
you're
nothing wrong.
always, to keep your name, John, you're always up on up things, right?
I'm not on it.
You are, you're a
Luke
farce.
thinks he's going to be unscathed.
He knows nothing about racing.
This man
Yeah, there we
was a
go.
brave man over jumps, whatever else you
Brave
say.
man, he was a
brave man.
underachiever. nothing.
He was a good jockey. Now leave him out.
Right, the show's over, boys. Thank you very much.
Oh, it was just incredible TV, that, really. And I was watching behind because I was there at Folkestone, not as a presenter, but we were filming a day in the life of a racecourse, and Folkestone seemed to be the one, and I went down there. And Barney Curley was one of my victims I was going to have a chat to about his, horses he trained there, and we were going to have a nice little chat. I got on rather well with him, but I think probably I abandoned that idea after his tirade.
Let's get across to Lingfield now and see what
Oh,
Robert makes of it
Zoe.
all.
Haven't seen her for a while. Where's this? Oh, this is typical not knowing what's going on.
Hello? Hello? Oh, hello, viewers. Sorry, I've been talking to a man who's just won 150 grand. So
Really?
no wonder I wasn't completely concentrating.
150 grand. That could have been Jason Weaver, I suppose, having a big place pot haul. Funny enough, Lingfield was the place where Jason and we had a magical day there. We scooped an enormous amount of cash in the place pot. We shared it. He did all the donkey work. I just chose one horse, I think, but actually was obliged. But anyway, we shared it and didn't think we won 150 grand, though.
Christopherson, I'm not that keen on, actually. I know he's won his only chase.
Now, what's going on
I
here?
didn't hear what Ian Williams was saying because the wind was blowing so loudly, but it's run twice.
I seem to be rather unaware of what's going
I'll
on.
overlook him and green finger.
Got the metal
He's the
frame
biz.
glass.
Oh, the second. My goodness me. This is absolute mayhem here. This seat behind me took off there, Compo. We've got drama here at Stratford.
Compo, where was he? It all happened at Stratford. It's like being at sea in a hurricane, really.
We're looking forward to finding
Aussie Jim
throughout the afternoon.
What's
Join
he
us for the
doing?
first at 2:20.
He's looking good there.
Thanks, Jim. We'll speak to you later. Okay, you can go now.
What was that?
I just had highly paid technicians.
Oh, it's someone under the table.
There's someone crouching on. Have you got a security card, young man? I don't know who's here. He's unarmed, but how they can get through the security, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to help the computer. He hasn't done any good whatsoever. Anyway, that's Jim McGrath. I suppose we've got to go and do something else so we can get this poor chap out of here. You okay, Steve? Yeah, he is. He said he's all right.
That was good. Still got that shirt, actually, to hang on to good clothes. But that is almost the ultimate moment I enjoy, completely unexpected. Although I did know someone was crawling around trying to fix a technical problem. And by the look of it, it looks like he failed, poor Steve, wherever he is now.
Behind you.
Oh,
You had these
there is
people
Harvey
making all
with
sorts of
hair.
faces and.
What's going on there behind me?
McCurry,
Yeah.
Get away, you fools! Get away!
This was a long time ago.
Go away, behave! that was more Frankie Howard, I think, with John McCrick.
John McCrick, maybe people say, how on earth can you work with John McCrick? He was one of the best people, really, if not the best person to work with. He was very, very supportive. And he put on, all these rings and jewellery and stuff before racing. That was a bit of an act, really. But he was always very good at it. If you'd done something good, he'd say, that was really good. He'd give you a pat on the back. And otherwise, if you'd done something bad, not particularly good, he'd make a suggestion. But he was a very, very supportive man to work for. I really enjoyed working for him. And I think racing misses him at the moment because he was a good sounding post for things that needed to be said. Oh, Wolverhampton, my spiritual home.
Maybe. What?
Oh, he called me Tomo. There was a phase
What
of
did he say?
people calling me Tomo.
Tomo! I don't believe it. Oh.
Quite a good impersonation of Tomo, actually. Not that it's that difficult. But that all started, I think, just a few weeks before that. Dylan Hogan was riding a horse at Newcastle, and I interviewed him just before he hopped on board. And he said, quite, not as a joke, he said, thanks, Tomo. And then a few people latched onto that, and hence that was one of them there.
Just have a quick word with
Andrew Thornton. Slammed door in the face.
Andrew Thornton, obviously very unhappy after that.
Something had gone wrong at the start, I think, with Andrew Thornton. I've forgotten all about it, but I just remember the door slamming in the face. Of all the people, if you ever had to sort of have a bet, who would, if you've got to talk to a jockey, who will be willing? Andrew Thornton was one of the most willing and charming people to talk to. And yet on that occasion, he just walked straight past and shut the weighing room door at Southall in my face.
Winner of the year. Well done.
Oh, my old friend Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah, delighted.
That was one of my longer interviews.
Your batteries recharged.
We're at Lingfield now.
Yeah, I've been running a little bit. But
It's quite an in-depth one, that one.
But you're fit and
yeah, very fit.
you are. That was, you seem to, She won pretty well there, didn't she? I mean, she turned the tables on Georgie's man. Sorry, treading on all over your stuff there.
Yeah, look, I think she made it quite hard work of it. She'll go a little bit further and hopefully she'll win another little race.
So you're cheerful. This is the first chat of many this year, I hope, right? Yeah. He said, let's hope so. I'm going to hold him to that one.
It's always quite nerve-wracking because you didn't really expect a long flurry of chat from Ryan, brilliant jockey as he is, and he is one of the best in the world, if not the best. But getting chat out of him was quite difficult, and I could tell there I was flustered because I asked the most ridiculous questions, which if I was Ryan, I wouldn't have answered otherwise. But I think I was sort of befuddled because he actually did stop for a brief chat, and it was the first of probably not that many chats that year.
You can see it now. Goodness me, Hayley!
Oh, that was the Hayley moment. Look at that! Was unbelievable how she did that.
Deserves some sort of award. That's unbelievable. Travelling. There else is travelling.
Whoa. Get.
Oh, but how she hangs on. That's a brilliant hold.
Fortunately, that's never happened to me, but I thought was still, seeing it again there, that was just brilliant by Hayley. I must say, the Moore family, of all the Moores, with Ryan and Gary and the lads, Hayley is a good talker, and she's also incredibly brave. I mean, she could have been injured. Brilliant, Hayley.
Sir Bob, this is Tomo. Now, what's all this about you retiring? It means I'm going to be the oldest one left. Goodness me. But you have been the ultimate pro. You always did your homework. You always made it interesting, but perhaps more importantly, you always made it enjoyable. Happy retirement. That's the news. And Bob, just confirming the ground is now good to say. Oh, you've been joined by a beautiful lady.
No, it's a man, actually, Derek.
Who's? Oh, I'm sorry.
He's just been joined by a beautiful lady. Just remind me of your name, because I completely forgot. Matthew Jones. Of course it's Matthew Jones. He's a man.
It's amazing that. I don't know how that got dug up. I remember that happening at the time, but it went viral. It was on the Graham Norton show, and as Tomo was saying at Glastonbury, it's a flag actually, Derek. It was waving during the Avril Lavigne set at Glastonbury this year. But in fact, I made that for Tomo completely inadvertently, really, because when he asked the question, there was a satellite delay between the question and me talking, and I think it just sounds like perfect timing. I just waited for a little bit before I said, it's a man actually, Derek, but in fact it was all to do with satellite delay. So luckily science stepped in. It's great reliving all those chaotic memories. I mean, I have done some sensible interviews, I think, along the way. I hope I have anyway. But things do go wrong, and I do quite like. It's just quite nice to have a bit of a laugh now and again, because after all, it is, it's not all deadly serious, and it's just been some of those clips I've seen. I mean, I can't even remember them happening, like the Gale Force One and things like that, and other things as well. So it's been a long, happy journey. With a few laughs along the way, and I've certainly enjoyed it, and maybe some of the viewers have too. I hope so.